This is very important, so please watch as soon as possible and please watch the video completely till the end. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin Family channel where we are all born to be free. These shirts are of course available in our store guys. In today's short video, I don't have too much time, 2 news items, 3 Bitcoin charts and an inspirational quote at the end. Let's quickly jump into those 2 exciting news items first before we go into some charts that you really must not miss. You still remember that I always say countries will adopt Bitcoin, etc, etc, etc. Now, let's talk countries today. First of all, in 2017, the Kingdom of Morocco banned all cryptocurrencies from Morocco. It was illegal from that moment in 2017. Now, yesterday, the Central Bank of Morocco announced that they want to legalize all crypto in Morocco again. Of course, first make all your Moroccan people miss the boat because of not stepping into Bitcoin in 2017, and now when we arrive at 100k Bitcoin, you are gonna legalize it so that people will buy and probably have some losses, because if we crash they will lose and then you will make it illegal again. Please make up your mind. Yes, I'm very positive that Morocco now is legalizing cryptocurrency, but they should already not have made it illegal in 2017. And on the other hand, I'm still thinking Morocco stating, or the Central Bank of Morocco stating, oh, we're going to legalize and allow Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. What is there for you to allow or legalize? Bitcoin does not need you. And even if you make Bitcoin illegal, your citizens will still be able to trade, buy, hodl and sell Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is the first time in human history that an asset is being disconnected from state. Bitcoin doesn't need the state to print more Bitcoin. Bitcoin is independent from the state. This is the first time ever money will be disconnected from state. So why would you still think that you can allow something or not allow something, or make something legal, make something illegal? Yes, of course, for all the puppets wearing suits and all those institutional investors that depend on your laws, I agree. But for the normal people on the street, Morocco or the Central Bank of Morocco, they don't give a fuck if you allow it or may not allow it. They don't give a fuck if you make it legal or illegal. You know, the weirdest thing that I always thought was, how could you ever make Bitcoin illegal, something that is completely changing the world and also changing the position of the poor people, and make like an export of hash, which is your biggest export product into Spain and the rest of Europe, legal? That's very difficult for me to understand. Use and export of drugs legal, and the use of Bitcoin illegal. Very strange combination, but Central Bank of Morocco, you don't hear me complaining. I'm very happy you're going to legalize crypto again, so all the Moroccan people will start to buy more Bitcoin now in a legal way, because I believe they have been accumulating a shitload of Bitcoin as well in an illegal way, because they don't give a fuck about the rules of the government or the central banks, guys. Now, and Morocco, maybe you should take an example, and Brazil, because Brazil just made a proposal to create a legal framework to use Bitcoin as their reserve asset for the government. And why as a reserve asset for the government? To protect their beautiful capital against all the black swan events, wars, inflations, etc. else, all the negative things that are being created by the central banks and a very centralized group of governments and people that just need wars, that need inflation, that need people fighting. Brazil now also taking the step to say, hey, no, stop that. We are going to use Bitcoin. We are going to use a decentralized cryptocurrency, the gold of the 21st century, that you can even use as a money or as an asset or as a stock or as a store of value, and that is disconnected from any country or state. Nobody has anything to do with Bitcoin except buying and selling it. And that is now going to be a reserve capital for Brazil. And many countries will follow. Trump already said, hey, we're going to do 1 million Bitcoin. At least he's going to try to buy back 1 million Bitcoin. So that's the United States using Bitcoin as their country's reserve currencies to protect their capital against all those hazards that can be happening. Now Brazil is following suit. I think Argentina, Javier Milei will follow suit, and other countries already gave an example. So many countries worldwide are starting to add now Bitcoin to their portfolio, to their reserve capital asset, to protect all of their assets against inflation, wars, black swan events, all of that stuff, guys. That is how big Bitcoin already became. We're not just talking about it anymore just on the streets, not only just on the exchanges, on the broker places, but also now in governments, the biggest governments, the United States governments, the Brazil governments, the Thai governments, the Dutch governments, the German governments, all of the governments, the Russian governments, all of them are speaking, thinking about Bitcoin and adopting to the Bitcoin standard and using Bitcoin as the gold of the 21st century, guys. You should do exactly the same. Treat Bitcoin as your core capital, the gold of the 21st century. All of your assets should be in Bitcoin, and sometimes take a little bit out to exchange it to euro to pay for your monthly cost or whatever it is. But everything that's left over, bam, back in Bitcoin. Every 4 years your capital will be growing. In between it can do this, but who gives a fuck? Your savings should be a long-term savings, and every 4 years we can see a higher high for Bitcoin and a higher low for Bitcoin, which means your capital every 4 years is growing. The small amount that you need to use to live, use them to live, exchange them to euros, dollars, or any other fiat shitcoin, but the rest stays in Bitcoin. Now, let's jump into the charts to see what is happening to Bitcoin today. Please keep hanging in because there's 3 amazing charts you really need to see now. The first chart for today, guys, is the DDBAM chart. Yes, look in the top left, you can see DDBAM, the token is also on TradingView. You can find the pair, just check DDBAM, and it's slash wrapped ether. And you can see, of course, that we are now slowly at the top there of this 0.00012, so that's like around 44 cents, coming down. There will be big news in the upcoming week, guys. Marketing campaign will start, so I believe we will go and trend up again. But who am I? This is just a very simple view of the DDBAM chart compared to Ethereum. You can also, of course, go to, for example, to DEX tools, where you can see the DDBAM token, and there you can see it expressed in US dollars over here. So now we are around 30 cents, guys. We went all the way from the bottom over there. We started around like let's say 5 cents, but we went quickly up already to 10 cents. The high at the moment was over there. It was really sold strong as well, to be very honest. It was 44 cents, and now we are back at 30 cents. So I hope this area is a support area, and then we build up again to higher highs. But positive news coming, so let's jump into some Bitcoin charts. This is the first Bitcoin chart, guys. This is a 4-hour Bitcoin chart. Like I told you, that second line became support. It could have been the first line as well. I told you at 94, but if we broke through it, I told you we would go to the second green line around 92K. So that's exactly where we went. We went exactly to 92K. And how do I do this magic? It's not magic, it's TA. Look to the left. Now I will delete those circles to make it a little bit more clean. But look how many wicks and bodies are touching that green line. Over there, over there, over there, over there. This line was resistance for a long time. This was resistance from the 12th of November all the way till over there that we broke it, the 9th of November. So it's a week long of testing that line before we broke it, and we are retesting that support now. Does it mean we will be bullish from now? I don't know. The charts will show very soon. If we keep this area of support, we could go higher again to the 110K area. If we fall through this area of support, guys, we will fall back all the way, probably first to that 87K level, but then we could even fall back to the 76K level, guys. And I would still not be freaking out. It would still be part of that beautiful Bitcoin run that we experience at the moment. We touched almost 100K, like it is almost 100K, like $200 too low. If we dip 20%, that's 80K. If we dip 30%, that's 70K. That's why I told you last week, whenever you're happy to take profits, take profits. Nobody ever got poor of taking profits. You will always be able to buy back the dip. And that's what you should be doing with your trading portfolio, okay? Now, of course, because this was also support, if we pump, then this will be resistance. 94K will be the resistance. So if we pump, I expect a pump to 94K, and then it will become exciting. If we break that level, that's bullish. But even then, I think we go up till there, 96, we retest that support and then maybe go higher again. If we do not break this line, then we come back and fall back to this level and probably lower than to this 89K level. To come back to test that line again, if that then stays resistance, bam, we can even go lower. If we break it from there, we get again the same situation that we tried like that. That's the possibilities in Bitcoin. That is how I expect how one of these moves is going to play out in the next couple of weeks, all the way till Christmas time, guys. Now, let's zoom out a little bit on the monthly chart. Way more important. Because if you just zoom out and take the time to look at the monthly chart, then please tell me that you really like what you're seeing. Just check what you're seeing on this chart, guys. I'm going to put my face here on the left. Just check it. This monthly candle. Does that look bearish or does that look bullish? This candle opened at 70,000 US dollar. It is going to close in 3 days and 22 hours. It could close at a price of around 90K, even if you close at like 88K, whatever it might be, it's still a very bullish green candle. And that very bullish green candle, in my opinion, is one of the first ones of a huge amount to come. Just compare it to this one over there. Let's say compare it to this one over there. This green candle was the first big green candle above that orange line. Do you see that? We are above that orange line, the first big green candle. That means we can still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 green candles before we are at the top, which is exactly a year. Just to give you an insight on how you should be looking at this candle. It's a massive candle, but it's the first one, I think, that's going to be leading into 12 more massive candles. And that's also what I'm going to show you on the next couple of charts. I will zoom out so you can see this complete chart, because you know that I've been making this chart already for years ago, and I told you this is how I think the next bull market is going to play out. I will share it once more over there. Now you have the full chart. So yes, from here, the halving, 17 months later, I'm thinking there's the top. Then again, from there, it will be 12 months to a bear market bottom, guys. And then again, up to the halving over there. Then the next stop again will be 70 months after that halving, 70 months after 2028, which will be in 2029. And the next bear market bottom will again be there in 2030-31. And then again, a new top over there in 2034-ish, guys. So that is how I believe that Bitcoin is going to move. Just pause this video or pause it. I will show you all the numbers now. Wait 1 second. I will zoom out the way that you can have all the numbers on the chart. That's how you have everything. So look also at the bottom. The bottom to a new all-time, the bottom to the halving. How many bars does every time take? Every time, bottom to the halving, 18 bars. Bottom to the halving, 17 bars. Bottom to the halving, 17 bars. Bottom to the halving, which means from the halving, 17 bars back, that is where the bottom will be. October-ish, November-ish, 2026, and it can always bottom out into January 2027, somewhere in that area. That's when I will tell you again to buy back. So pause this one, screenshot it, whatever, do what you need to do, but we are not at the top yet. Let's jump into the next chart to show you this. This is the first one, guys. This chart you will see a lot today. It's a very bearish chart because this chart is shared by a lot of influencers and telling you, hey, the M2 is crashing down, so Bitcoin will follow suit, as the orange line is Bitcoin, the white line is the M2, and we have been following that white line. The only mistake I can find on this chart is that if we will look to January, this is January over there, Bitcoin, the orange line, is there at 70K. If there is one thing I know for sure, it is that Bitcoin in January 2024 was not 70K. Bitcoin in January was 40K. So something is off with this chart. Maybe it's a scale, I don't know, but don't trust everything you see, as Bitcoin was definitely not 70K. Bitcoin was 40K in January this year. So yes, I believe Bitcoin moves the same way, because if there is less money, there will be bought less Bitcoin, etc. But it doesn't mean that Bitcoin now is going to crash from this to 70K, because the chart is just not right. We should have been at 40K here in January, that orange line. So then we can see how far the dump would be. But that's my opinion, okay? Now, then we have this chart, also a very bearish chart. This one is on Crypto Crew University's Twitter. I found this one. He shared this chart of one of his members, and he's saying, look, Fibonacci has always been important, 1.6 over there, and then the top was at 2.27, 1.6 over there, and then the top was at 2.27 in 2017. Then the 1.6 was the top in 2021. If we would make a top again at 1.6 level, then the top would be in 2025 somewhere around 170,000 US dollar. If we would make a top at 2.27, the top would be at 450,000 US dollar. But what if the top would only be at this white line, at the 1.272 Fibonacci level? Then the top would only be 102,000 US dollar. And why is he saying now, hey, that 1.272 Fib? Because if you look, the 2013 top was the 2.27 Fib, then the 2017 top was the 2.27 Fib, then the 2020 top was the 1.618, and then maybe this one will also be lower, will be the 1.272. In my opinion, the way you can also look at this chart, we had the top at 2.72, we had the second top at 2.72, now we had the first top at 1.618, now we will have the second top at 1.618, and then the next two cycles, the tops will be at 1.272. So I think 2 times 2.272, now we get 2 times 1.618, and then after that we could go to a top of 1.272. So that's my opinion, but still cool chart to analyze, and also showing you that we all could be wrong. Now, then we have this chart. This is showing you how Bitcoin is moving kind of always in the same way. I showed you this also yesterday on my own chart. I'm just going to repeat it. This was the cycle there in 2021, you know, during the bull market. It was somewhere in the end of November in 2020, so just before the 2021 massive run. There was 2020, Novemberish. Check what is happening now. This is 2024, Novemberish, just before the bullish run in 2025. We can see we went up massively. We can see that correction. We can see another correction now, just like we saw 2 corrections over there. You know, we went up, we came down, we went up, we came down. Still beautiful area at that moment, was all around that 20-ish K area, something like that. And from there, bam, we exploded all times 3 to almost 70K. So, same thing here. We can go up, we can come down, we can be running around that 70 to 90K area. But from here, times 3 brings me somewhere around 200K, 160 to 200K as a top, guys. So the cycle repeats. The end of November, we will see a lot of volatility, just like I told you already weeks ago. Don't freak out, zoom out, buy each and every dip. Now, then we have the last chart. That is hopefully making it again a little bit more positive for all of us. This chart is showing you, this is the MVRV Z-score, one of the indicators that will tell me if the top is in or not, guys. And this chart clearly shows me the top is not in. This was the top in 2011. This was the top in 2013. This was the top in 2014. That was the top in 2017. That was the top in 2021. All of these tops, the yellow-orange line, was higher than this pinkish area, in this pinkish area. We are now there. We are now at a level, guys, of not even 3, I think. We need to go to a level of 7.5 at least to be able to say that was the bull market top. All the short-term volatility that you see on the charts, it's nice for the traders, for the day traders to multiply their Bitcoins. This is not the end of the bull market. I believe easily into this pinkish area there. That will be the moment you need to take profits. I hope you really enjoyed the charts, guys. Yes, those charts showed you exactly that the bull market is not over. even if we would have this 20% dip from 100K to 80K, that's just another dip, like all the other dips that we already saw in the whole bull market since the bear market bottom of 16K. Going up, coming down, going up, coming down. This next dip, just another dip, people taking some profits, cashing out, and probably buying back lower again. And then in 2025, we will see a new all-time high. If we have a double top, could be in April. If we have a single blow-off top, I expect it to be in September 2025, guys, 17 months after the halving of 2024. So, in Bitcoin, one more time, the best lesson is you need to zoom out on the charts. Look at the bigger picture. Don't freak out about every single minute change on the charts. You should be zooming in at life. You should be freaking out to enjoy life to the fullest every single minute of the day. That is the strategy that we as the Bitcoin family have. We zoom out in crypto and we zoom out in life. We increase our happiness because of zooming in life, and we increase our purchasing power because of zooming out in Bitcoin. Simple as that. I can't make it more simple, guys. Let's jump into the inspirational quote. Before we go into the inspirational quote, guys, yes, a short news about the DDBAM token. We were listed indeed on Apex Pro. The volume was insane yesterday. I think we had more than $7 million of volume. If you look at CoinMarketCap, there is gonna come some amazing news today that I can't share yet, but you will see the news. You will see it will be very positive news, and the next coming week, even more positive news, maybe about a centralized exchange. But believe me, this token is not a pump and dump token. This token is being created to create a decentralized educational platform in Bitcoin that will start with young babies, children's books that parents can read to their children about Bitcoin and educate them from a young age why Bitcoin is way more powerful than any fiat shitcoin, and take you through the educational path of a baby to a teenager to an adult, and make it even possible for you to decide if you want to become a trader or not, and even educate you how to take trades and make trades, guys. It's a complete course with now 180 modules, and we are creating extra modules every week. Also, every week there will be an altcoin fundamentals module, so you can read up everything about one certain altcoin, and then after that do a quiz and see if you really understand that altcoin. And if you did that quiz, then we will also show you a link where you can buy that altcoin, of course. But the thing that we want first is that you do your own research on an altcoin. Why is it a good one? Why should you be buying it? Why shouldn't you buying it? Why is it better than the competition? And then decide if you buy it. Not just buy it because I scream about it or any other influencer screams about it. You need to buy because you really understand why you should be buying it, and you understand the tokenomics, etc. All of that, guys, in a DDBAM.me environment. If you become a VIP, you get access to these courses, access to all the signals that like performing really well, like 28%, 30%, 16% profits in the last 2 weeks, I think. Also access, of course, to the voting and proposal system, because you are going to run the whole DDBAM ship. It's not me. I'm going to step back. It's going to be a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO, where you as a community do proposals and votings, and you decide which directions we go and sail with that Bitcoin ship, guys. Nothing else. That's what the goal is, to make something self-sufficient because of a microeconomy of the token, being able to pay all the people that contribute to this sailing ship that will turn into a flying rocket into the moon, probably after all the news that we are going to share. But then, guys, you will be in control. You will be running that educational platform. You will be making sure that the next generation will take over, and the next generation will take over, and this will be the educational platform to grab the economical systems by the balls to grab the economical system by the balls. We will educate people why they should understand Bitcoin and leave the fiat shitcoin world. Now let's go into the next part. The inspirational quote for today, guys, has to do with that we are all born to be free, guys. We are all born to be free. But we also need to understand it took like 300 billion years for us to exist at this certain moment. You know, it took a lot of years for us to evolve to where we are now. Did we have any influence on all those 300 billion of years? I didn't. I only had influence on this world in the last 46 years of my life, because that's when I was born. But all those other years, we just kept evolving. And when I'm gone, we will keep evolving as well. And that is my lesson for today. Whenever I feel stress, or when I feel issues rising up, or if I feel I can't decide about something, or I feel that I'm so fucking important to the world, whatever it is, you know, whenever your ego starts to tell you all kinds of weird stuff, or your brain starts to like discuss with each other, those two voices, all of those moments, I just sit back, I just lean back, and I realize I am nothing. I am this small. Just imagine you are being a satellite that's able to zoom out from me standing here, higher and higher. I become smaller and smaller and smaller. The same way that if I now look to the ground, I see these ants walking. If I would do the same from a skyscraper, I wouldn't see the ants anymore. That small. That small are we as well. And especially when you're able to zoom out a little bit more. Zoom out from Earth. Zoom out from the complete planetary system. We have shitloads of planets like Earth. It's like unlimited space out of there. And we are just this little small tiny like ant, if you can even call an ant, on planet Earth. We don't even know what is out there. So how can we still think and stress about all these big issues, we make them big, if we are that small? And that is how I become very relaxed every time again. I'm like, okay, just let it go. Everything has solved in the last like 300 billion years. Maybe this will solve from itself as well. Maybe I don't need to stress about left or right. Maybe I just need to follow my gut feeling and just do what makes me happy today. I can't control the world. I can't control the governments. I can't control the central banks. I can't control my friends. I can't control my family. I can't control the sun. I can't control the moon. I can't control the sea. I can't control the clouds from raining. Not yet. This country is trying to control that, to create rain. But at least I can't. Not yet. Maybe when I become the next Elon Musk, I will buy a satellite to make the sun shine all the time. To have free solar energy all the time instead of rain. But I don't know what is behind that. Maybe we need some rain to make the earth a little bit less dry. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes you just zoom out. Zoom out. Just take a look at yourself. You are not that important. The collective together, yes, we are very important for our earth. But even if we zoom out in the whole planetary system, we are nothing. We are nothing. I believe there's way more intelligent beings out there, guys. We are not alone, in my opinion. I believe there is way more advanced planets. I believe there is way more that we can't understand yet. So why would we still bother about all these small issues that we can't control? Let those go. Maybe play the song of Frozen, Let It Go, whatever it is that makes you feel happy to let something go. But let it go. Let it go. Think about the future as if you're living it already, as if you're living your solution already. Don't focus on the worries. Don't focus on the things you can't control. Focus on what you would love to see, what you would like to become, who you would like to be, where you would like to live. Just visualize this every morning for yourself. That you're walking on the beach, or maybe climbing some kind of snowy mountain, or giving ski lessons somewhere on a beautiful ski resort. Whatever it is that you want to visualize every day, just imagine already being there instead of worrying about all the stuff that we can't control, because it took 300 billion years for me to being able to create this video on an Osmo Pocket and broadcast it on YouTube or Rumble, and you to be able to see it on an iPhone, a device that small, and even give a comment, and I can read those comments, and that way we connect. It took a long time for us to come here, and believe me, this all will change in the upcoming 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Again, there will be new things developing that we can't control. So let it go. Just focus on your own happiness, following your gut feeling, and do whatever it is that makes you, your family happy. And the rest, just don't focus on that negative energy, guys. That was my inspirational part for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment and let me know what you think about everything that we talked about in this video. Thanks for watching. I wish you an amazing Wednesday. See you tomorrow again. Bam.